size of your hand, isn't she?
Okay, hope nobody was too squicked out by the intro, but here we go. When I left off, I guess this was about a week or so ago, I hadn't cut this detail line right here, and again, I just used a large rounded sanding bit in the Dremel tool and groove that. You know how to do that. Straight and narrow video. Then these were already in place, but what I did was I added a little bit more of the thick craft foam here, and that's what the brown stuff is. It's 5mm craft foam. And then I took the Dremel tool with this polishing bit in it, and obviously you can't see it because it's covered, but I rounded over these edges right here with the with that polishing bit. Now I had planned on using this 5mm craft foam right here to wrap these edges right here and then polish it back down into shape, but I didn't. Well, this thicker craft foam just does not like going around the tight curves. Maybe I could have forced it into place, but I decided not to. So what I ended up doing instead was using the 2mm craft foam, and that worked actually pretty well. I got it in there, put it in, contact cemented it down. Went ahead and bent it around these curves. So this larger curve right here, I ended up using 3 pieces. One piece on the sides and one piece in the middle. I've got a seam here, but I used the polishing bit on the Dremel to make sure that seam is smooth. I'm hoping it's going to cover up the worst of it when I spray paint this. I'm planning to put a coat of the Plastidip on there. There we go. So now that was what I did on the front half here. Now, or the front third of it here. This middle piece right here, this is one large piece of craft foam. And what I ended up doing was I laid it into place, used a ballpoint pen to mark out this cut, mark out this cut right here, and then this cut, and then cut this piece in place. Cut this piece to shape. Contact cemented it down. Wrapped it through here, and then again contact cemented it down here, and then when I came on this side, I just repeated the process. So I was again cutting everything into place. I have to say I'm not too satisfied with what I've done right here with these 3 pieces. I'm a little bit more satisfied here, but what I'm really well satisfied with is what I did back here on the pistol grip. Now on the pistol grip, I added another layer, or excuse me, 2 layers. There you go. 2 layers of the 5mm craft foam, and that bulks this thing up. And again, this is supposed to be a bulky gun, a large gun. It's supposed to make the bad guys know they're having a bad day if it's being pointed at them. So that that's not a problem. The thing is, when you make it that big, it just does not want to fit your hand. And if you look on the links down below, you'll see the link I have to the detailing to one of these pistols that's really detailed. And I used that for all the detailing cues that I have on here, and that includes what I did on the pistol grip. Now, you can see this groove right here, and that's where my thumb sits in. Then you come on the other side here, and I've really aggressively sanded back this edge right here, although I put 3 little divots in. They're almost impossible to see, but they're there, and that's where these 3 fingers rest. And then again, I have another groove right here, and that's where the trigger finger wraps around, and then that groove continues around the grip, and that's where the meaty part of the hand goes. So what you need to do in that case is go outside and take your trusty Sharpie marker. I don't know where I put mine, but and then grip this pistol grip, and then just take your marker and make some X's where it feels just too big for your hand. And then you take your take the Dremel and make shallow passes. And as you do that, as you make those shallow passes, just keep going back and keep doing test fits and see how it feels. And it didn't take me long until I had a pistol grip that actually feels, pretty good for my hand. It doesn't feel too big for my hand. Go easy, make shallow passes. I was just about to say you can always take more off, but you can't add more. But in this particular case, you can add more. I mean, if you do end up taking too much off, you can always go back and put a contact cement in another piece and then just sand that back down. That'd be a pain in the ass though, and you'd have to deal with how it's going to look. But yeah, certainly again, just a bunch of shallow passes is better than one big deep pass, and then as you go around. You want this pistol grip to look kind of organic. You want it again. You want it rounded. You want it curved. So you can see where I've knocked the sharp edges off of it. You can see where I've fitted up in here. Now, when you cut this piece, however, you just want to let you know you do not have to cut this perfectly to shape. You can cut this a little bit large. That's not a problem again, because obviously you're going to be sanding it down. These pieces, on the other hand, took a lot more fitting. I was kind of fit them into place and then cut them out after I had them in place. Final detail on this is a little hard to see because you use a piece of the black craft foam, but this raised strip, after you carve the pistol grip out, you want to take a raised piece of craft foam, the 2mm craft foam. I think this is about 1 inch wide. I think 3/4 of an inch might have been a little better, but this is 1 inch wide, and I just wrapped this all the way around, and that covered up the last of the seams. And anyway, at this point, I think I'm ready to go to the next step. Well, I need to do a little cleaning up of my sanding in little corners like that. You can see where it's a little rough, but I'm about ready to go, almost ready to go to the next step. You need to go get a can of Plasti Dip, give this thing a couple of coats, and go from there. So with that, hope you're enjoying your weekend, and I guess that's it. So talk to you later. Bye.